For the past 40 years, we've played through dozens upon dozens of awesome Star Wars games. Spanning every genre imaginable, they've allowed us to live the fantasy of going on adventures in that galaxy far, far away. They might not be part of the official timeline anymore, but here are some of the moments from Star Wars video games that we will never forget. BioWare's Knights of the Old Republic has no shortage of incredible moments, but none is quite as memorable as finding out that your character is, in fact, Darth Revan. The reveal that you've been the Sith Lord you've been pursuing the entire time adds an immense gravity to the story and puts all of the previous events in a brand new perspective. While we've fought in the Battle of Hoth 1,000 times by now, the first time we hopped into a snowspeeder in Shadows of the Empire on the Nintendo 64 was something truly special. Using harpoons and tow cables to take down a hulking AT-AT was a rush unlike any other back in 1996. Sure, this sequence in The Force Unleashed might outstay its welcome, but the moment where you use the Force to pull a Star Destroyer out of the sky is one of the absolute coolest moments in Star Wars history. The sight of the massive ship crashing into the planet is something that will be etched into our brains forever. Back in 1983, Atari released the Star Wars arcade game, the first true marriage of Star Wars and gaming. While shooting down TIE fighters and swooping in for a trench run was pretty cool, nothing topped the moment when you actually blew up the Death Star and embraced your inner Skywalker.
Great shot, kid! That was 1 in a million!
The cinematics in Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight might seem hokey now, but at the time they were the next best thing to a new Star Wars movie. The opening sequence was the first filmed lightsaber fight since Return of the Jedi. This game truly separates itself from being a high-end Doom clone when Kyle Katarn arrives at his father's home. There, the family's longtime droid boots up, plays Kyle his father's last message, and gives you, the player, a lightsaber. If there's one thing to make this game more than a shooter, it's wielding this elegant weapon from a more civilized age.
Use it well. Use it for good.
In the penultimate mission of X-Wing Alliance, you try to rescue your once-thought-dead family from an Imperial prison facility. So when Uncle Ant betrays you, it's a double whammy. Not only does he leave you for dead, but he also confirms once and for all that your father and brother are gone. Unfortunately, the campaign ends on a cliffhanger, and we never get resolution for the Azameen family story, nearly 20 years later, and we still have so many questions for Uncle Ant. The final mission in the X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter expansion Balance of Power is just staggering in its scale. You're battling a Super Star Destroyer, a regular Star Destroyer, and a fleet of TIE Fighters, all while trying to protect your capital ships and shipyard. At the time, this was the closest experience you could get to feeling like you were a part of Return of the Jedi's climactic final space battle. Distraught with the guilt of the death of so many Bothans after stealing information about the second Death Star, Dash Rendar joined a team on a rescue mission to save Princess Leia from the Black Sun crime syndicate. During the rescue attempt, Dash paid the ultimate price after his ship, the Outrider, was destroyed. Or so the story is told, because let's face it, is a scoundrel ever really dead? What makes the Battle of Jakku in Star Wars Battlefront so cool is that it's a major canonical event that can only be seen in the game itself. EA's shooter was the first time we actually got to see the destruction and chaos of the battle with immense detail, giving us major context to what we were looking at when we first saw Rey digging around in wreckage when she first appeared in The Force Awakens.
All wings, this is it!
Those are just a few unforgettable moments in Star Wars games. Let us know some of your favorites, and if you like this video, check out our compilations of Every Jedi Ever and Every Sith Lord Ever. As always, for all things Star Wars, keep it right here on IGN, and may the Force be with you.